I'm Deputy Chad Cave, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, District 1 Street Crimes Unit. This is Inside HCSO.
Ahead on Inside HCSO, a family extends a heartfelt thanks to first responders for saving a loved one's life after a horrific car crash and fire. Our Eye on Crime cameras helped nab a suspected drug dealer in an apartment complex parking lot. And deputies delivered loads of goodies for students and teachers at 2 elementary schools. Hello, I'm Captain Chad Cronister. This is Inside HCSO, our official webcast dedicated to bringing you exclusive interviews and insight into the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. So sit back and relax as we go inside HCSO. First up, it was a miracle that no one was killed when 2 vehicles collided and erupted into flames near Brandon. Our deputies and Hillsborough Fire Rescue personnel joined forces to save the life of a young woman.
When they put that alert out, we had multiple deputies that were very close to the Brandon Mall where this incident occurred. And you can tell when something of that magnitude is voiced to all the units on the east side of Hillsborough County that we have a vehicle, in this case an SUV, that landed on top of another car, it's going to be a bad situation, usually with catastrophic after effects. In this case, we had 2 deputies that were there within 30 seconds of the call going out, and realizing what had happened and what had transpired and that one of the vehicles was on fire at this point, they did what they're trained to do, grabbed their fire extinguishers and immediately started to suppress the fire.
When I saw the fire, I immediately went up to my trunk and got my fire extinguisher out and started working on the fire.
We heard this loud bang and we kind of looked at each other and was wondering what it was. And then about 2 minutes later, the call went out of an accident on Providence and Brandon Parkway. So we immediately took off over there and then saw the GMC on top of the other vehicle. And actually, I'd grabbed a fire extinguisher and started trying to extinguish the fire. Then as the fire extinguisher went out, it started coming back again. One of the citizens had a fire extinguisher from their apartment complex, so I used it all up. And like Lieutenant said, I think we ended up using 6 fire extinguishers.
We came from a different angle than they did, and all we saw was fire and smoke. And we saw the deputies that were using their fire extinguishers at that time. I didn't even know there was a patient in the vehicle, and so one of the deputies said, "There's somebody in there." And I looked around, and I couldn't see her until I actually got right up to the vehicle because of how she was positioned in the car. I crawled in the passenger side, and I could see the patient. She was laying in the front seat, still in her seatbelted, but kind of laying in between the front passenger and driver seats, kind of laid backwards. And I crawled in the vehicle with her, and I told her when I got in the car, I said, "I'm not leaving without you."
If those deputies hadn't been there before you guys and gotten, used those 6 extinguishers, what kind of situation would this have been?
Bad.
It would have been a fatality, I'm quite sure.
Oh, I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, like, everyone knows, like, their job is to serve and protect and all that. I mean, you don't realize how much they truly do for you until you need them in a time of need. Like, right now, like, I can't put into words how much I think. I mean, I'm forever in debt to you guys. I mean, you guys saved my sister's life. So, I mean, I'm forever in debt to you guys.
What I want you all to know is this has been a very profound event for the firefighters and for the deputies involved in this. It was just a unique situation, and on behalf of all of us involved, we're giving you this to please bring to your daughter for us and let her know that she is constantly in all of our thoughts and prayers, and we've been thinking about her since this occurred. Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Also on scene were Corporal Scott Sitton, Deputies Mark Buswell and Doug Duvall, Fire Rescue Captain Robert Collins, and Fire Medic Richard Garcia. It was an exceptional effort by all. As for the other driver, he ran from the crash but didn't get far. Our helicopter spotted him hiding in the woods, and K-9 Deuce and Deputy Charlie Perdomo took him into custody. Our electronic eyes in North Tampa helped deputies keep watch on a known drug dealer with an outstanding warrant. It was top-notch work by Deputies Joseph Florio, Chad Cave, David Hoffman, John Thanasis, and James Moriarty, Corporal Kara Vance, and Sergeant Dean Rodriguez. Here's Lieutenant David Fleet with more.
And what this essentially is a series of monitors that allows us to look at the 22 cameras that we have around the USF area here in the northern part of District 1, and what we have is a deputy that monitors the cameras. We're able to pan, tilt, and zoom to see activity out there. We look for suspicious activity, crime that's happened, traffic collisions, things like that, and we go ahead and try to keep the public safe by using these cameras. And we found it's a lot more efficient than putting a deputy in every corner, because literally we can monitor 20 locations all at the same time with just one person. The Iron Crime camera system's been very successful. We've used it, I think, in just a little over 600 cases to date. And in fact, recently we had a great success with it where our street crimes unit was looking for somebody that had warrants on them. They were able to actually spot the person on the camera system, and then they went ahead and coordinated their response to how they were going to move in to take him into custody. And they had a lot of things to consider. There were people out in the street. There was a car that he was in and out of, so they didn't want to get into a pursuit. And it went successful. We were able to take him into custody, and that actually led into a seizure of MDMA, some marijuana, and some other narcotics trafficking type equipment.
Great reaction by deputies in court stopped an inmate's attempt to steal Sergeant's gun. Sergeant Traci Wallace and Deputy Phillip Castro tell us exactly what happened.
I was summoned to leave the courtroom. I was going to go down to the juvenile courtroom and spend some time cross-training down in that area. And I turned to get my bottle of water, and when I came around the corner, inmate Bridges just lunged after me and tried to take my weapon. And I had felt him and heard him approach me, and by the time I could even think about what my next reaction was going to be, Deputy Castro jumped in and got control of the threat and took the guy out of the courtroom.
Obviously he is trying to hurt somebody or himself, and it could be anything. It would be a mishap on any shots fired at all in this courtroom. We have no idea where he's going. So the best thing we can do is control the situation as fast as we can, diffuse it, get him out so everybody else calms down quickly.
Next, we have 2 crimes captured on surveillance cameras. Take a close look. Help us put a name to this suspect who parked a box truck outside the Salem National Leasing Company on US 301 North around 10:45 in the morning. He jumped the fence and walked around the property before returning to the truck. He then backed the truck into the fence gate, breaking the lock. Once inside, he filled the rental truck with 41 tractor-trailer tires. In just 45 minutes, the suspect was gone and the company was out $12,000 in tires. In this video, a woman walks into the Verizon wireless store on West Brandon Boulevard. She checks out various displays in the store, all the while chatting with a sales clerk. When the woman is left alone, she detaches a Samsung Galaxy S4 phone from its back cover and security cord and casually leaves the store. We would appreciate any information about these 2 cases. We need your help in solving a homicide. A father is brutally murdered in front of his wife and child. Please help us close this case.
Leon Davis was shot and killed as he slept in bed on July 14, 2012. Just after 3 a.m. that morning, 2 assailants, both wearing masks, approached Mr. Davis's apartment at 502 Camino Real Court. The assailants kicked in the front door as Mr. Davis, his wife, and his young child were asleep in the bedroom. The assailants opened fire on Mr. Davis as he lay in bed. After the shooting, his wife and the child sought shelter in the bathroom. Mr. Davis, who was 49 years old, died at the scene. The assailants ran out of the front door and disappeared into the night. The surveillance camera captured an image of a vehicle that is believed to have belonged to one of the suspects. We also believe that this was not a random act of violence and that Mr. Davis was specifically targeted. We would appreciate any information about the assailants or their vehicle. If you can help us solve this crime, contact us at the telephone number or email on the screen. My name is Master Detective Brian Boswell, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office Homicide Section. Please help us solve this case so that his family can have closure. When
Sheriff David G. put out the call for school supplies for needy children and teachers, HCSO employees and the public answered in a big way. We delivered thousands of dollars worth of supplies to grateful principals at 2 elementary schools. HCSO would like to give a tip of the hat to all of you who helped make it such a special delivery.
The Sheriff's Most Wanted Back to School Supply event was a huge success. As you can see behind me, deputies are sorting materials for kids to go back to school on August 20th. This actually marks the first year that we've had an organized back to school effort. And this year it will focus on 2 schools, Robles Elementary and Shehai Elementary. As part of this effort, we've collected things like pens, pencils, crayons, as you can see behind me, stacks of paper, notebooks, and all of the essential items that an elementary student is going to need to start school on August 20th.
In the last couple of months, we've had an initiative with employees of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office and various community businesses help to collect and to donate school supplies to the 2 schools being Shehai Elementary and Robles Elementary in the Nucio community. Most of the stuff came from the Sheriff's Office employees, 4,000 plus men and women. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office recognized the need to be active and to give back into the community, but also some of our local businesses also stepped up and helped out. Normally we're putting people in jail. We're doing a good thing here, supplying these kids with a level playing field so when they come to school, they can concentrate on learning and doing what they have to do in school and not worrying about not having the supplies.
Many of our parents have challenges providing the basic needs for our children, and through this partnership, they have alleviated one of the challenges that many of our parents will face. So it's an awesome day for us, and we are so proud to be a part of this great effort.
From the bottom of our hearts, we thank each and every one of you, and we look forward to working with you all in the future. Again, thank you so much. I'm so happy today because you're here, and it's going to make my students and my parents happy. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Got brakes? That's the name of our new public awareness campaign to help motorists understand when they do and do not have to stop for a school bus. This video presents scenarios drivers will encounter on the roadways. If we see you passing a school bus illegally, then you will see a traffic ticket coming through the window. Let's all learn to use our brakes around school buses and our most valuable resource, our children. To view the full video, please visit our website and our social media outlets. Ever wonder about how we do things at HCSO? Enroll in our next Citizens Academy and find out. You will get an in-depth look at our operations from communications to specialty teams like SWAT and the K-9 section. All it takes from you is a little bit of your time. Visit our website to learn more. Ready to pound the pavement? Then lace up the sneakers and join us at our annual ranch run. This year's event is on October 26th at Temple Terrace Elementary School. You can choose the 5K, the 10K, or even the 15K. No matter which one suits your taste, the benefits can't be beat. Plenty of HCSO employees to rub elbows with, and proceeds go to the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, where wayward youth find the path to responsibility. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside HCSO. Thank you for taking the time to get to know the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff G and all of us here appreciate your support. The Atlantic hurricane season is in full swing. Don't get caught unprepared. Get supplies and get ready. Until next time, stay safe, Hillsborough County.